Hello everyone, this is Impulse, and welcome back to the HermitCraft server. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great, I am ready, guys, to right some wrongs. You guys probably know what I mean. But first, check this out. Came into my base to grab some things, and I noticed this is sitting here. It says, yeah, it's more profits from iBooks, with a whole bunch of dollar signs here. Oh yeah, look at this. Looks like Cub's been collecting from iBooks, and I'm not sure how long that's been sitting in here, but let's see what we got now. So we've got, I can make some more blocks out of this. Let's do it. And there we go, 7 more blocks. We are rolling. All right, we got 47 blocks of diamonds. We got some emeralds in here. I think I got more emeralds other places too. And then don't forget, we still have this whole diamond beacon there. So, oh man, I want to do some stuff with all these diamonds and emeralds soon. And I think we will. But today, guys, like I mentioned, it is time to right some wrongs. And you guys remember last episode, it was a tragedy. I lost all my librarians on that row, so we built up a nice big box around it, and so far they've been safe, but we are going to have to replenish the stock now of these librarians, and that's going to take some time. So I figured if I'm going to do that, I'm not just going to do what I did last time and have this kind of archaic little mechanism for getting villagers and sorting them and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do some upgrades to that whole system and make it more of a permanent thing and something we can be proud of and that all that kind of stuff. But first, guys, we had I asked you for your feedback on whether we do the glass or the slabs here for these blocks, and most of you said glass. But I did have a suggestion about these pillars, about maybe not doing the pillars out of stone slabs. So let's see if we can break it here. We might break more than we intended, but let's see. So we would have to go, they said acacia. I'm not sure where we start though. Let's see if we can just go all the way and then maybe adjust it from there. So if we go acacia all the way, not bad. Let's see. Or if we go put the slabs here, maybe that could work. And then again on top, let's see. Oh, this is gonna be difficult to get up there. Ender Pearl throw skills, not bad, nailed it. All right, so let's take out this one, and we'll go slabs there. Got it. Let's see. That's not bad. What do you guys think? I guess we'll do the comparison here. We have the acacia pillar there, and then the stone slab pillar there. Can I get back far enough? Oh, I thought I saw an Enderman. Scared me. If I get back far enough, maybe we can see them both at the same time. What do you guys think? There you go. You have your shot right there. You can see them both. Which one do you like better? The stone slab pillars or the acacia pillar? I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what I think, because I don't want to sway the votes. But you guys tell me. Be honest. And we'll stick with it. So that'll be good. All right. So, guys, like I said, some plans, upgrades. We want to make this better. Now that I have a ceiling on this thing, I hear little dude coming to get me. I don't think he can. All right, we'll put him out of this misery. Now that we have a ceiling on this thing, we can build up another area above it. So we can use that whole area one layer up for sorting, which should be cool. And we'll do a lot better job of, making a system than we did last time. But the main problem I have right now is, let's see if I can get up there. Oh, I missed. It was a total fail. I need to, oh. What happened? Where am I? I don't even... I don't know where this is going to land. Yeah, Ender Pearl skills are not happening today. I keep thinking I'm seeing creepers. We got to get up here and check this out, because these guys are not breeding, and it's pretty obvious to me anyway why they're not breeding. Well, first of all, let's make sure. Okay, he's still here. That's good. That would be one reason why they wouldn't be breeding. So we got all these guys in here. There should be 6 still, right? Or no. Sorry, there was 8. There was 2 in here. You can see they're kind of in each other's hitbox. Anybody else have that happen? No, they look fine. Yeah, they stop breeding because they are hungry, right? So they consume their food when they breed, and once they run out of food, they're no longer going to become willing to breed. So they've ran out of food, and before, what I've done to get them to breed is actually jump up here and throw carrots at them. But I think we can do better than that, and that's what I want to do today. I want to make it a little bit better, and so I want to bring food up to them automatically. and that way they can just always be breeding if I so choose. So we're going to have to add like an on-off switch, and I think we can do that by moving the detector villager. I'm not sure how far he needs to go, but we need to kind of move him up out of range of the doors, I think. And then, yeah, these guys will stop breeding. But we're going to supply these guys with just infinite food, basically. And that way, they're always willing. And then once their inventories are full, the food will just go on by and go back into the sorting system. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to make a lot of changes here. I think this, where's the center? I think this might be the center. And we actually need to change our item elevator that's in the super chunk. So I guess we can see it from here. So this guy, you can see items come up here, and then it cuts over right there. Instead of doing that, we're actually going to take the items all the way up to those guys above. And then we'll do some sorting up there. Just give them the carrots. The rest will kind of drop back down into this bottom sorting system. And I think that will be exactly what we need to do. And then with that breeder turned back on, we should be able to start getting some librarians and getting this place stocked back up. And I'm going to have to go back through the signs. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to all that today. That's a lot of work. Trust me, I know from experience. But that's kind of the plan for today, guys. So I guess it's time to just get to work. I'm going to start trying to get this elevator to go all the way to the top first, and then we'll worry about sorting items and whatnot. So let me get a little bit of work done on that elevator, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so it's just over here in the marketplace getting some glass to build this elevator out of, and I figured I would stop by iBooks and just see if we've got any profits since the last time Cub delivered all those diamonds I just collected out of my base. And look at this, guys. We are completely out of mending books. Oh my goodness, 51 diamonds there. Silk Touch books, looks like there's still 3 of them. Nobody's bought Silk Touch. I guess that's not needed much. Unbreaking, though, sold out. And we're going to have to restock that, of course. Looting 3, looks like we didn't have any in there. Oh my goodness. It keeps coming. Thorns 2, people are actually buying Thorns 2. Sharpness 4 was a good one. Oh, we are low on inventory, guys. Low on inventory. Look at this. And we have a bunch of books missing from here that we need to fill this guy back up. And let's just collect all the diamonds. See how many we got. This is insane. Insane. Obviously, this bookshop is still profiting quite heavily. Oh, man. Keeps going. It just keeps going. I love it. I love it. All right. So if we take that, split that. All right, that would be mine. That would be Cubs. All right, so 45 diamonds for Cubs. I got to go drop that off at his place. And look at this. Somebody came in here and flipped all these villagers. Actually, since this is on a server, they must have had help. Because one person's got to get into the inventory while the other person names them. Or I think there's a trick where you can do it twice. I know that was a fix that they were doing in 1.11. I don't think it was in 1.10 to where one person could name them. So it actually would have taken 2 people to name these guys. But oh my gosh, look at these librarians just standing on their head. That's pretty funny. Oh, anyway, look at that. Oh, profit. I love it. I love it. But yeah, this just shows you the sense of urgency, right? To make sure that we get our librarian villagers back up and running so we can start producing some books for that store, because we are very low on stock and I want to keep making diamonds. It looks like people are still buying books, so let's keep it stocked. All right, so I guess we better get back to the project at hand. All right, there we go. Got a little bit of work done here. I've got the elevator built all the way up to here where the villagers are, our breeding villagers. You can see I've rearranged them a little bit. I'm now using Unarybit's Circle of Friends style breeder here just to kind of compact things down a little bit, make it a little cleaner. And I didn't really need too many of these guys because I got something in mind of a little buffer system that I'm going to use, so I don't need a whole bunch of villagers being bred anyway. And you can see I just have a water string kind of carrying around anything that's coming up, so it's going to be a whole bunch of different things, right? Because the super chunk has a lot of different things cranking out, sugarcane and pumpkins and carrots, potatoes, slime balls, all that kind of stuff. If these guys are hungry, they should pick up the carrots. I think a couple of them might want potatoes, but yeah, they'll pick up whatever they need, and the rest will just kind of flow right by all the way down there. And then all we need to do is just drop it down into the same stream that we used below for the sorting system, and they'll go right back into the system, and it will be all good. And you can see this thing is working just fine. We've got a bit of a population problem down here already. A lot of white coats, though. That makes me feel good. Librarians ready to go. But we need to get them in a bit of a storage container so that we can process them, if you will. And now I want to try to do this a little bit differently than last time, because remember we had an issue picking up the villagers. So I came up with a way that should work, I hope. It should pick them up perfectly every time. And let's see if I can remember how to do this here. We're going to go with some powered rail and then up onto a block. And then if we put another powered rail up here, see that slants up. And then instead of using a block like Unarybit had, I'm going to put a trapdoor on that. And I think that's going to be the trick. I think that's going to be the secret here of how we can get 100% villagers picked up. At least I tested it out in creative a little bit, and it seemed to work. So, excuse me, buddy. Oh, you want to be in there? Oh, I was going to try to get him. Try to get him trapped in there already. That's all right. So we'll just put some blocks up here. And also, we need to be careful because we're going to have babies coming in this little storage container. And this trapdoor right here gives us just enough hitbox that they can't get out. So that's good too. So this design should work. And what we need to do, I'll take them off somewhere later. We'll go ahead and power that. We'll put some mine carts in here, maybe put a button on it so we can eject it. And it should just go through, pick them up, and then go on out. And that should work just fine. And yeah, so now we need to make sure that we have a tube coming all the way down, kind of secure their fall here so they don't take fall damage. So let's go ahead. I got a few black stained glass left, and we'll get it at least the catcher here. And what we want to do, and typically what I do is I put in 2 water sources to break their fall, because sometimes you never know. With a little bit of server lag, 1 water source might not be enough to reset the fall damage. So we'll put a sign there. I got a block there. Let's build up 1 more layer. And I think I only have 1 on me, but if we put it here, it'll flow down, and that should be enough to catch them. And so now all I need to do is get my hands on some more black stained glass, build this all the way up, and now all the villagers should start collecting in here instead of wandering around. Ooh, Smite 5. You're awesome. No, not really. Let's see if there's any good ones. Might as well. Unbreaking 2, Fire Aspect 1. Yeah, so far these guys are kind of a bust. Nothing good just yet, but we're going to get a nice collection of them, that's for sure. I don't know what to do with these guys. I need to round them up somehow. They're kind of out of control. Anyway, all right, I'm going to get some more glass pumpkins. Okay, that's kind of interesting. We might be losing. That's the first time well, I think I threw that out. That's the first time I've seen stuff fall through there, but I haven't really been keeping my eye on it. That could be an issue. Let's see. Probably just probably just an issue with the design I went with. Let's see if I can get up there. I've gone through a lot of ender pearls this episode. I'm off my game with my ender pearl throws so far. I think what's happening is actually kind of coming through and falling into the crack here. And I was a little worried that was happening, but a lot of it's still getting through, so I'm not sure how often that actually happens here or how much I care. I mean, I don't want to lose too much, but I had to use these cobble walls to get it close enough to these guys, and I think just because there's an opening that's a problem. So, all right, I'll keep my eye on it. We'll see if I need to redo that. So be it. But yeah, we'll see how many we lose there. 6? Yeah, not too bad. All right, so let me build the tube up, and then we'll move on to the sorting system, the villager judgment chambers, we'll call them. All right, be right back. All right, there we go. I have the items now going back into the sorting system, all the items that actually make it past these guys. Let's see, is anything coming up yet? I was kind of hoping something would come up while we were recording. Here we go. We got some sugarcane coming up. So this should work its way around. And you can see these guys are still breeding, which is a good sign that they're getting plenty of food. All right, so that's going to make its way around the loop. And then we should be able to see it start picking up speed here because it gets back on ice. And it's going to go turn the corner here. And then it's just going to drop down. And it goes down into here. And then this goes basically back into the sorting system loop that we have under the ground there. And I didn't really want to pick up anything there. So that will be good. And now I can make sure that that stuff gets in the sorting system and will get sorted. as it used to. So perfect. That is perfect. And it looks like I'm running out of food. So I'm actually going to have to go down and get some more wheat, craft myself some bread. That's what I've been eating lately. I think that's something I want to take care of, because also I noticed this thing should have lights on and it doesn't, which means I'm pretty sure the wheat farm is broken, unfortunately. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm missing a villager or the minecart stopped. There's plenty of things that could go wrong with that farm. So we'll have to check that out at a later date. But let me get some more bread crafted. And then also, before we tackle the next thing I wanted to do, I want to change this beacon over. So let's see if I can find my way down into this beacon here. There we go. And oh, there's glass over top. Let's go ahead and change this from speed 2 to jump boost 2. And I think we're going to need that for the project. So the next thing we want to do, guys, is I want to show you this. We are building up quite a few villagers up here in this chamber, and this is bad. This is bad because we want to store villagers in here, but we don't want it to get out of control. You know, basically we've created an infinite villager breeder because of the farms, and so they could basically just keep stacking up. And let's say I just went away for a week and didn't think about them, we could get way too many in here. Hey, Scar! We get way too many of these guys in here, and it already looks like there's... it's hard to tell. It's always hard to tell with that entity number. But there could be... I'd say there's probably less than 100. It says E107. I think it's less than that, because there's other entities in the world that it's probably counting. But anyway, you can see there's quite a few in there. And we want to be able to actually limit how many are able to be in here at any given time. And so here's what I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking that we use a little tripwire mechanism as they fall into the tube, which I thought I said I was going to build all the way up in that last clip, and I guess I didn't. I have the glass for it. I'll go ahead and finish that. But as they fall through the tube, we're going to trigger a tripwire that's going to count them as they fall, and it's going to have a little dropper kind of dealy that one dropper will spit items into the other one. We'll put some comparators off of that. So each time a villager falls through, a dropper will spit an item into the dropper next to it. We'll get a comparator signal off of that. And then when it gets to a certain number, we'll basically have it send a signal up to the breeder to turn it off. And so we're going to have to figure that out, how we're going to move the detector villager out of range of those doors so that he no longer detects them, and that would shut the breeder off. But what's going to happen when we start to empty this thing? We want it to automatically refill with villagers. So let's say I start sorting them. I take 10 out, right, to check them out, and some of them I send to the trading hall, some of them I send to their death. We want the breeder to then realize, hey, I have less villagers in here now. Go ahead and start breeding again and send the detector villager back down to the doors. And I'm thinking we could do that pretty easily by just doing a detector rail. Just put a detector rail as they come out. We would trigger a signal to the other dropper, which would spit the item back into it, and that would basically signal how many villagers are in there. So the droppers would actually keep track of the amount of villagers in my tube at any given time. And then we can determine our limit based off of, you know, how many items we put in a furnace. So that might have all sounded like it didn't make any sense. I don't know. It might have made sense to you. I don't know. It might not have. But I'm going to build it up. And I think once it's built up, I'll be able to better explain how it works. You guys can actually see it. And then instead of just listening to me talk about it. So, all right, guys. I'm going to do a little bit of redstone now. Wish me luck. And I'll come back when I have it working. All right, there we go. I got it built up, and the way I got it working now is when this lamp is on, that means that this thing is full of villagers, and as soon as we start releasing some villagers out of there, that lamp should turn off, and that means that it needs to be breeding again. And then here's how I did it, guys, kind of like I explained. There's two droppers facing into each other, and every time somebody falls down this chute, it's going to spit an item from this dropper over into this one. And you can see that since we've got a whole bunch already, it's already spit all the items over. We're going to go with 42 villagers. I think that's a safe number of villagers to store in there. And basically what I've done here is I've got a comparator on compare mode, which is the default. And if I go over 42 blocks or 42 or over, that's when this lamp's going to turn on. And so basically this is going to send a signal all the way up, and we got a villager in a minecart now. Uh-oh, I missed. I do that. Oh, I'm so bad at inner pearl throws this episode. I do not know why. It's horrible. Did I save it? Kind of. Good enough. Perfect. Nailed it. Close enough. All right, so basically what's going to happen is when we need our village to be breeding, we have to lift this guy up. Right now he is slightly out of range of these doors, so he's not detecting those doors right now, at least in the way we need him to, and so these guys won't be breeding. The second we lift him up on this piston, he will detect those doors and these guys can start breeding again and we'll see hearts and all that goodness. So basically just did a torch tower up and line over to set off that piston, and what should happen now is when we have a villager leave the station, which I'll do right now. There we go. And we'll just send them off into our room below, which is fine. We should have a signal that goes up into the droppers above, and I may have to do one more. And that shot a block back into this dropper, and you can see now we basically should be getting, oh, look at that. It's off, but we're still getting signals. Something funky there. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, these are, I've been having a little bit of problem with comparators, like not updating. So, it's because of this block here. So this lamp obviously isn't going to work in the place it's at because I'm powering the block right next to it. We need to move it out one. My bad. And inventory. Hello. Gotten a little messy. There we go. Now it will be off. So that's how it should be. Yeah, I was just getting powered from this block because I got a torch. So anyway, now we should be able to go up and see. Did I get it? Nailed it. All right, now we're getting signal. You can see the villager has been lifted. We now have hearts again, and it is working. So that's really simple way to turn this villager breeder off, is just get him in range of the doors. When we don't want him in range of the doors, bring him back down. Because he's in a minecart, I don't think I have to worry about that whole translocation thing and him pulling through a piston or whatever. At least it hasn't happened yet, and I've turned this thing on and off a few times, and he's been just fine. But yeah, that's basically it. So now what's going to happen is when another villager comes through here, he'll fall through the string. That will send a pulse into this dropper. That block will go back into here and shut off the system next time we get a baby villager. So I'm not sure if we're going to get one anytime soon. I guess we could just stay here and wait for one. And yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just stay here and wait for a baby to be bred. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. If not, I'll just set it off manually. But all right, yeah, I'll give it a few minutes and let's see if one falls through. All right, there we go. You just saw it, guys. Baby was born, and the light turned back on there, and we should be good. We got the baby in there. He's stuck, like I mentioned before. He's not going to be able to get out. And let's go up top and see if that automatically turned off our breeder here. Nailed it. All right, getting a little better at the throws. And yes, you can see. Oh, wait, no, you can't. That should be, oh yeah, no. He came down. I got it backwards. I always do that. He comes down, right, so he can no longer detect those doors, and that shuts off the breeder. So we should stop seeing hearts from these guys. Good to go. No more breeding going on. Perfect. All right. And then again, as I start sending these guys on their way, it's going to turn back on. So basically just keep a consistent amount of villagers in there. Obviously, I started with, I'm not sure how many I started with, so I'm going to have to unload this one time for it to officially be 42 villagers. But yeah, that should do. Going to make sure that we don't get too many villagers in here now that that's turned off, which is awesome. And I'm going to, just because I got plenty more. So the other thing I had mentioned was that I was going to do like a selection room or a judgment room. I got to thinking about it, guys, and that seemed kind of redundant to me. Because really, isn't that what this is for? That's what I built this whole thing for. So if I don't like the guys, I just press the button. So yeah, there's really no reason for me to build some sort of judgment room up above this, because this by default becomes the judgment room. So yeah, that would have been just overkill. And I was doing some maintenance in there. Let's actually see if we like adding some doors here. So far, haven't had any catastrophes. At least now, if there is another one for some reason, you know, if mobs push up against each other, it'll be easy for me to restock. But I do think I still should probably add maybe another layer of security onto that door sometime. Alright, so let's see. I usually like going with wooden buttons. Gives you a little bit more time to get through. Hey, look at that. Already got 2. Not going to waste. Alright, let's see if it looks halfway decent with a door. I just realized I probably should have grabbed 4 buttons because that gets us in but doesn't get us back out. So we'll just do one side for now. Alright, let's do this. Put it right there. We go in. We want to get out. I guess below it would be okay too. Oh, yeah, I still have jump boosts. Scared me a little bit. But yeah, I guess that doesn't look terrible. I'll do some more buttons. Let's get those done real quick. Why not? Why not? Don't want to leave it unfinished. You guys like to see things actually finished, I know. Me too. Me too. And this thing's about done. At least the villager part, I think I'm done with villagers for a while after this, guys. I've been dealing with villagers for quite too many episodes, I'd say. And I'm just getting sick of hearing these guys go, it just gets annoying after a while. Oh, so yeah, building's looking good. I like that we stuck with the glass. Oh yeah, again guys, before we go, make sure you tell me which pillar you like, the acacia wood or just stick with the slabs there. And I'll go ahead and in between episodes start stocking this thing back up with villagers. And yeah, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you go. And with that said, I'll see you guys again next time. Have a good one, everyone.